Hi everyone, my name is Nur Fatiha and I am from DEC 1B. So for my writing assignment, I'll be talking about the effects of queerbaiting on today's youth and queers themselves. So before I start with my speech, you might be wondering, what is queerbaiting? And you might never heard of this term. So queerbaiting is actually a term that been used for media or public figures who pretend to be in love or in a suspicious romantic relationship with another same-sex persons for the sake of publicity, promotions, or capitalistic gain. It actually means that these public figures and this media, they pretend to be part of the queer for their own selfish gain. What are the downside effects of the act of queerbaiting on youth? Firstly, it develops serious mental issues. According to American Psychiatric Associations, a psychologist called Dr. Hales explained how queerbaiting affects the youth. Today's youth are obsessed in trying to fit into the society, so whatever had become a trend at that moment, they feel like they need to keep up with it, they need to follow it, or not they will be considered as boring. Youth, they idolize these public figures who perform act of queerbaiting. They tend to feel like they need to be part of the queers too in order for them to look cool. This makes them feel pressured because they feel like they need to fit into this society because they do not feel the same sexual attractions. And when they feel pressured, this results to depressions and anxiety. On the second disadvantages of the act of queerbaiting is actually it invalidates the feeling of queer people. Why am I saying this? Queer have been known as the minority of today's society, which result to queer people always seek and eager to see representations of their community in TV shows or by public figures. These lead to these people who perform the act of queerbaiting to take advantages by fooling them and making them believe that they are trying to represent this community. And it is bad because once the queer find out that they have been exploited for other selfish gains, they tend to fall into depressions and anxiety, which is twice than heterosexuals because they feel like they have lost their models and representations coming from their community and they struggle to be accepted by the society. So in conclusion, queerbaiting has bad outcome on both sides regardless of their sexuality, and it affects the growth of our youth. So that's all from me. Thank you.